Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning in the fuel of fire. I'm making this video in response to how America is trying to make hypersonic missiles, but America's going to be the one that's going to get hit by missiles by Russia, China, and some of their allies. But before I proceed, Shalom, that means peace in Hebrew, I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone. Seeking honors to the elect, peace and blessings to the 1/3, and to the confusion of faces in the four corners of the earth. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So it's not going to be like you would see where you drop troops off. Now, the only reason you will see America drop troops off in a foreign country is because they want to actually take over that land. All right, rather than just dropping bombs over Baghdad, so to say, they will literally have troops to take over that faction, to take over that government, have insurgents. But this was not going to be like it was from the ancient times up until now. This is going to be with thermonuclear warheads. The word fuel is in the Bible, people. I think it was Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein had a quote. Albert Einstein said, I know not with what, this is a quote, forgive me. Quote, I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. So in other words, he's saying, I don't know what they're going to have for World War III, but the next time we ever have another world war, it will go back to the Stone Age. So in other words, America's going to be made a desolation. America is the mystery whore of Babylon. There are many theologians out there, or biblical scholars, those who understand that in order for you to know the mystery of the Bible, you must know the history, that America is the mystery whore of Babylon. The word Babylon, broken down, Babal-lan. Babal means confusion, like a child babbling, an infant trying to talk to you. You don't understand, just babble. And lan goes back to land, right? So this is a land of confusion. How do you know that? Well, I just uploaded a video where a transmission, all right, the last letter of the alphabet group, won a woman's beauty pageant. Is that not confusing enough for you? Right? Or how was it that I'm eating this delicious orange, this mini little orange, right? But every time I open up one of these oranges, there's not a seed in there. So where the hell did it come from? Right? But anyhow, so this World War III is gonna be the war to end all the wars, because Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And think about it. Since the Cold War, right? When's the last time you heard a whole bunch of countries talking about thermonuclear warfare, warheads, nuclear warfare, ICBMs, and things of that nature? Because we're coming up to that point. There's so many prophecies that's just taking off. I uploaded a video from a woman named Catherine Bertrand or something like that, where in 2004 on the news they were talking about putting the charagma inside of people, and she was speaking about how it causes tumors. So this is not medical information, disinformation, nothing. This is an actual woman that has a doctorate, and this is actually a news article this news video that's out on the internet today. But the point of the matter is that it's been here. The Revelation 13 has already been here, and you can see that they're going to digital currency, cryptocurrencies, and all of that, despite the fact of this crash and 3 billionaire crypto owners dying within weeks together apart, or in the same week, if I'm not mistaken, right? You can see the perplexity throughout the entire world. The food hungers, the constant protests and uproars of the nations, the seditions amongst the commoners. The feminism is the epitome of what's that? Jeremiah 31:22, where the scripture says, "Oh, backsliding daughter, the Lord shall create a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man." That's feminism. You know, what's the staple of any community, any society, any village? I don't care what race you are. Families. So when there's no family structure, where does that lead society? Into disarray, because the man's supposed to be the hedge. But if the man's not there and the woman's raising a child on their own, quote unquote, saying they don't need a man when Uncle Sam is really their man, and then they've been indoctrinated through the education system, what does that leave the minds of the people to be at? You know, there's no more love for your fellow brethren. Like, even the respect for the, for the elders here. When I say elder, I mean like the senior citizens. I'm just speaking of things that's going on all around the world, and also what's going on here in America. All of this is signs of the end times. And then all the bloodshed that's been shed here in America, what make you not think that the Lord is not going to destroy this place? How was it built? Slavery. I hate, and I mean this, I hate the African American culture. I hate black culture. Why? The African American culture, the black culture, is the post product of slavery with no therapy. Let that sink in. So the Lord said, was it not Numbers 35 and 33, if I'm not mistaken? The Lord said, defile not the land, because blood, it said, shed not blood, because blood defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed except by the blood of him that shed it. That's pretty much saying an eye for an eye. So Revelation, in the same chapter, Revelation 13, it says what? It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. But the Lord is going to show Babylon with fire. See, when the Lord came to punish the earth the first time, it was with water. It was reserved unto water, like it says in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter. But it said what? This time it's reserved unto fire. What is it in Malachi the 4th chapter, the first verse? It said, there shall be a day that burn like an oven, all the proud and the root, it all shall be burned up. Did not it say that? Did not it say in Zechariah the 14th chapter? It says, and this is the plague that shall punish all of them that fought against Jerusalem. Your flesh shall consume you while you stand upon your feet, your eyes in your socket, your tongue in your socket. It keeps talking about fire, punishment, judgment, the elements melting, people. Your entire body consists of all the elements on the periodic table. So yeah, that includes you too, and your clothing, and your car, unless you're part of the elect. So this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of the torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. In 1 hour. Is that possible? America being destroyed in 1 hour? You damn right it's possible. Because it's biblical prophecy. And also, I have some facts right here, really quick, if you don't mind. Check this out. From USA Today, can Russian missiles reach the U.S.? According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, Russian land-based missiles could reach the U.S. in as little as 30 minutes. When John the Revelator wrote the book of Revelation, He was on the island of Patmos, people. This was over like 1900 years ago. And what did this article just say? In 30 minutes. Has to be talking about Babylon. And it is talking about Babylon. Continuing, with submarine-based missiles striking 10 or 15 minutes after they are launched. But both the US and Russia have their missiles on a hair trigger alert, meaning they can be launched within minutes after a decision is made to do so. So, is it far-fetched when it says that right here in Revelation 18:10? Standing afar off for the fear of torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right here in Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Spirit kind of hit me right now. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith Yahawah, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. Go on to YouTube and type in atomic bomb compilations or hydrogen bomb compilations, whatever you want to call them. And they'll be out in a vast area, somewhere by a desert with a couple of trees up, maybe some cabin way off. And once they detonate it, you'll see the entire cabin just get obliterated. The trees bending over, breaking. That's a very strong gust of energy with a great destroying wind. Yeah. Verse 2. And will send unto Babylon fanners. You know how a fan will do what? It will add more oxygen to the fire to give you more flame. That shall fan her and shall empty her land. In the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Verse 7. Babylon. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken from what? Philosophy, the democracy. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Even the morale police over there in Iran had to dismantle because a woman had her hijab held wrong, and they killed her, I think, in possession. Also, there was a rock climber woman from Iran, if I'm not mistaken. She didn't wear her hijab, and they destroyed her house. See, they're going mad because you trying to modernize the world. Nah, they like that. They like their customs. Look at their women and look at their children. Going back to Revelation, I want to make this too long though, but America will be destroyed in 1 hour. Revelation 18. Thus saith the Bible. Thus saith the Bible. Revelation chapter 18, verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. This is talking about America, because America is not a country that creates goods and sells them on a mass level. No, America is like one big Walmart, because you can go inside Walmart and 85 to 90% of the products are made from where? Oh, made in Thailand. Oh, made from China. Made in Indonesia. Imported from Guatemala. It's always some imports. So America's like one big shopping mall, right? Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silver and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Were we not imported here? Were we not sold here? Man, call Haloyim like YAHAWASHI. You can't make this up, man. It's a beautiful nightmare, because we're gonna see some things, we're gonna go through some things, but the righteous shall scarcely be saved. But at the same time, it's gonna be beautiful, like the scripture says. Blessed is the man that see the fall of his enemy. I'm gonna just jump down so I can close out. I don't make this too long. But I'm just keep reading on. Verse 14. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Ooh. No more at all. No more. Hey, what it said before you, it's as the Garden of Eden. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh my God. Let me get that person. Oh, where is it? Yup, Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Y'all love America, right? And behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so they shall run. It's talking about the missiles. Come on, man. Don't they refer to the what you ignorantly call UFOs as chariots in the Bible? Well, what's the power of a chariot? A horse, right? What's the power in a car? A horse. Because it's our modern day chariots. I call them iron horses. That's what I call vehicles today. But nonetheless, though, let's go back to Revelation. Spirit got me hot. Close out. I don't like keep y'all too long. Revelation chapter 18 and verse, forgive me, 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her, all nations got rich off of America. Where is that in second Maccabees, the first Maccabees, if I'm not mistaken, where it says, what nation have not had a hand in her captivity? Yeah, right. Y'all always been against us, always. Shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, i.e., the whore is riding on the beast. America, which is the top of the beast. The 7 heads, goes back to EU, and the 10 horns go back to NATO. Alright. Verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood far off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And it's not far-fetched for the other nations to see it from their countries, because they had, when the Twin Towers went down, you can literally see through satellite images the smoke of the clouds. The smoke going all the way up to the clouds, I meant to say. So with that being said, I pray y'all is edified and fed. Stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. YAHAWAH, Shalom.